This is going to be a brief demo of the Soccer-tournament.us website and the tournament software that runs there. This demo is based on the 2017 Buccaneers Bash Soccer Tournament, and I picked up the schedule from the Fairhope Boys Soccer Facebook page and some of the Friday results from the piratesoccer.com website. This is the home page for the demo tournament, and it consists of a page. This is a very basic page header, and then a navigation bar, and then a listing of all the games here, and results when appropriate with some comments. There's some buttons down at the bottom that will cover some of them. These aren't real important, but the teams button is a nice, concise view of which teams are playing in which division, and it also gives you the option of clicking on a team ID and getting a team schedule. You can also, again, this isn't real important, you can get a girls schedule, boys schedule, schedule at a particular field. This is Manly 1, Manly 9, Manly 5, and if you click on the field location, you get a link to the site using Google Maps. If there's a field map, that can be added to this page as well to show which field is number 1 and so forth. And coming back here, however, the most important thing is the division pages. There are 6 divisions here, and we'll go to the Goal Boys first. Where there are single elimination games, those will be shown in a bracket showing their relationship. These are semifinals and a final, and then the winner, then the games, and then the standings. And these are sorted and calculated automatically. Before I go too far, you do have an option of some on the display. This is showing a grid of the whole tournament. This is a grid of just the JV gold, JV boys gold in a grid. I actually prefer the list format. It's a little more flexible. This is the standard list format, and the mobile option makes it a little bit narrower. Puts the date on a separate line and leaves that column out. Let's see, we'll go to the silver group here. This is a has no single elimination, so it just shows the schedule and the standings. I'm going to add a couple of games here. I'm going to add, well, you note Gulf Shores is in 3rd place and Fairhope in 2nd. I'm going to add a 0-0 tie for McGill, Tulin, and Gulf Shores. That gives Gulf Shores 10 points, which bumps it up to 2nd. And that just sorted by itself. I'm going to give Fairhope a 1-0 win over Davidson. And you can see McGill Tulin is a champion here. And if you pop up the details, you can see the reason for that is the McGill Tulin won head-to-head over Fairhope. Now, if this is a 2-0 win, Fairhope wins on points. So that shows that. Now we're going to go to middle school girls. It shows, now I've pulled off the 8 p.m. 8:40 games and not entered the scores for them yet. I'm going to add those right now. Let's see. This was a 1-2 result. And then Fairhope was a 4-1. and Liberty with a 1-4. Okay, our standings, this shows the groups complete, shows the standings here. In this particular example, it shows Foley ahead of Fairhope because of goals against being lower, although they both have 10 points. And it shows the teams filled in, the opponents in the semifinals are shown here and here in games 42, 43, and 45. 45 is a consolation game, and I'll just go ahead and enter some results for the semis. And this shows now Liberty and Gulf Shores are in the final. It also shows them down here, and I'll enter a result for that. I'm just making these scores up, but you can see that brackets updated and so forth. Now we'll go to the middle school boys and enter those results. We had a 1-2 result here. Whoops, that was the wrong one. Just unplay that one. Okay, it's here. Smith Station and Fairhope was a 0-3. And Gulf Shores and Floyd was a 3-3 tie. And here we have the standings. We have a three-way tie on points for fourth, but in my guess as to what the ranking criteria were, I used goals against as a tiebreaker, and that puts Foley ahead. That does not match the ones I found on piratesoccer.com, and I'm not sure what tiebreakers were used there or exactly how they were applied. You can show details here and see how that works. There is also a button down at the bottom that shows the ranking criteria. This is very specific on exactly how it works with examples. And that's probably enough. I can go ahead and make up some results here. And I'll go ahead and put penalties in. And it shows Fairhope is champion and so forth. Now, that's probably it. I found some inconsistencies with the ranking. There was one points, a 2-1 result was given 7 points and a 2-0 9 points, and that's not consistent. This, I should mention that this ranking system has never been wrong compared to somebody doing it on a spreadsheet or something. There's been numerous times that people have done it on a spreadsheet and this was right and that was not. So the site is available for any high school or middle school tournament. There's no cost. I do ask that you get the results in very quickly after the games. A recent JV tournament in Huntsville, most results were entered within 7 minutes of the end of the game. Now that's exceptional, but I do like them within a half an hour. So that's all the requirement for it. So plus it does enough work for you that it saves you time. I actually set up a 2-division tournament with 8 teams, 2 different groups in each division in under 6 minutes. That's starting with the tournament, the fields, the times the fields were available, and the teams that were participating. That's what I started with, went through a process and generated the website. And feel free to send questions or whatever to tconants at gmail.com, or you can contact me on Facebook. I'm going to place a link to this there. That's all.